Salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Je suis Elsa, votre professeure de français, et aujourd'hui, on va étudier les adverbes. Qu'est-ce que c'est un adverbe? What is an adverb? An adverb is something you add to the verb. Add verb. So you add an information to the verb. Par exemple, je marche. I am walking. But how am I walking? Je marche rapidement. I am walking rapidly. Rapidement is an adverb like rapidly in English. Sometimes the adverb adds an information about an adjective or another adverb, but it's not very important and we are not going to study that today. How do we build the adverbs? In English, we use li at the end of the adverbs, like rapidly, quickly. In French, it's almost the same, but we use ment, M-E-N-T, ment, but we don't pronounce the T. We use ment at the end of the adverbs, rapidement. For example, extremely in English, extrêmement in French, extrêmement. Dangerously, dangereusement. Totally, totalement. Completely, complètement. Entirely, entièrement. Remarkably, remarquablement. Terribly, terriblement. Now it's your turn. Generally, généralement. Especially, be careful, it's more difficult. Especially, spécialement. Largely, largement. Simply, simplement. Personally, personnellement. Probably, probablement. There are a lot of adverbs like that in French. So if you don't know the adverb in French, you can try something. You can try to say the English adverbs and you replace li by ment and you try to see if the person in front of you understands. And don't forget to take the French accent. Unfortunately, all the adverbs are not like that. We have other adverbs that don't follow this rule and they are very frequent. We use them a lot and generally we classify them in different categories. And here I'm going to give you 6 different categories, but I'm not going to go into the details. First, you have the adverbs of location, like ici. Ici means here. Là means also here. Là-bas, là-bas means there. Be careful, don't confuse là, là-bas. The adverbs of time, maintenant, now, demain, tomorrow, hier, yesterday, hier, you can pronounce it hier, yesterday, aujourd'hui, aujourd'hui, today. The adverbs of frequency, like toujours, always, toujours, jamais, never. The adverbs of quantity, beaucoup, a lot, beaucoup, trop, too much, trop, or tout. The adverbs of manner, bien, well, mal, bad, bien, mal. And we have a lot of adverbs of logic that are linking words. They express also the cause, the consequence, the opposition or the concession. So there are many. For example, cependant, cependant, however. So in each category there are many adverbs and I need a whole video to talk about each category. So we are not going to do that today. But very soon I will make a video about the location adverbs because they are very useful and very frequent. And you are going to learn all these adverbs step by step, so don't worry. But I know that some of you are going to ask me the list now, so I'm going to put it below the video so you will be able to download it. Okay, so if you are a beginner student, you can stop watching the video here and you can try to make some sentences with adverbs and publish them in the comments below, and I will be able to correct them. Otherwise, you can continue watching this video. We are going to go into deeper details. It's more for the advanced students. Okay, so now we are going to see in detail how we build the adverb. I told you that at the end we put ment, but what do we put at the beginning? So there are three different cases. The first case is the more frequent and the more normal. It's when we use the feminine adjective before ment. So I told you that in French, in the adjective, we have the masculine and the feminine. So it's very different from the English. In English, you have one form. So you take the feminine form of the adjective, and after you add ment. It's easier to understand if I give you some examples, of course. First example, heureux. Heureux means happy. Heureux. So heureux is the masculine form, singular masculine form of the adjective. The feminine form is heureuse. Heureuse with S and E, and you pronounce the S because there is an E after. Heureuse. And so the adverb is heureusement. Heureusement. We hear the S like the feminine. Heureusement. Second example, certain. Certain means certain in English. Certain, it's the masculine adjective. And the feminine is certaine. Certaine, we hear the N because there is an E after. Certaine. So the adverb is certainement. Certainement. For those who are very advanced, I give you a little more information. It's about the pronunciation. Sometimes there are some adverbs where we add an accent in the middle. For example, précis is the masculine adjective. Précise, précise is the feminine adjective. This means precise in English. So précis, précise. So the adverb should be précisément, but we add an accent and it is précisément, précisément. Maybe you won't hear the difference, and it's not very important. There are not a lot of adverbs with this accent. Another example, the adjective profond, which means deep. In the feminine form, it's profonde, and the adverb is profondément instead of profondément, profondément. But it's very rare, so don't worry. There is one exception that is important because we use it a lot. This is the adjective gentil. The feminine is gentille, gentille, with double L and E, and we pronounce it I, gentille. But the adverb is gentiment, gentiment, nicely. Now we are going to study the second case. This is when the masculine adjective ends already with a vowel. If there is a vowel at the end, we use the masculine adjective to build the adverb. For example, vrai. Vrai means true. Vrai. There is an I at the end, I in French. Vrai. For the feminine, we add an E, but the pronunciation doesn't change. Vrai. And so we don't need this E for the adverb because there will be I, E plus ment. This is not necessary for the pronunciation. So the adverb is vraiment with the masculine, vraiment. Okay, it's not clear. I give you another example. Absolu. Absolu means absolute in English, I think. Absolu, masculin. Absolu with an E is the feminine. And the adverb is absolument. So you can see here that we don't need the E in the middle of the adverb. That would be a letter that would be, I could say, useless. So we don't use it. Absolument. Okay, it's not clear? I give you another example. Rapide, the masculine ends already with E, rapide. The feminine is rapide and it's exactly the same. So here we just add ment, rapidement, rapidement. Here again we have some words that put an accent on the E. For example, énorme means enormous, énorme, énormément, énormément. Intense, intense in English, intense, intensément, intensément. Okay, so now let's study the third case. It's the most difficult, the most complicated. I prefer to warn you. We are talking about all the adjectives that end with the sound en. It's difficult for you. En, that we can write en, but with a T at the end for the adjective, ent or ant. It's the same sound, en. So when you have an adjective ending with en, like for example, fréquent, fréquent means frequent, fréquent is the masculine form, what we do is that we keep the masculine form and we replace the ent by e-double-m-ent, and we pronounce this amant, amant. So we have fréquemment. Fréquemment is the adverb frequently, fréquemment. I know it's not easy, so I give you a second example. Évident. Évident is an adjective that means obvious. Évident ends with ent. So we take off the ent and we replace it by amant, e-m-m-e-n-t. And we have évidemment. Of course, obviously, évidemment. So when we have an adjective ending with ant, it's the same logic. For example, suffisant. Suffisant means enough. Suffisant is the masculine adjective. To have the adverb, we replace en by amant. Suffisamment. Suffisamment. Enough. And the exceptions, because it's French, so we need some exceptions. There is only one. Lent. Lent means slow. And the adverb is lentement. So we use the feminine form, lente, and we add ment. So it follows the first case, lentement. Okay, you know everything about the adverbs now. I am going to give you an example of a text where I put a lot of adverbs to show you how we use them. Je marche rapidement dans la rue. I am walking quickly, fast, rapidly, in the streets. Or you can say I walk rapidly. In French, walking and walk, it's the same, it's je marche. Je marche rapidement dans la rue. Les voitures roulent très vite et les vélos lentement. The adverb here is très, very, vite, fast, and also lentement, slowly. And I did not repeat the verb rouler. Rouler is to drive. Rouler. I didn't repeat it for the vélo because we have it already for the cars, so it's not necessary to repeat it. J'ai vraiment besoin de faire une pause. J'ai vraiment besoin de faire une pause. I really need to have a break. Vraiment is the adverb really. Et j'ai besoin is an expression with the verb avoir and means I need. J'ai besoin de faire une pause. Je m'arrête immédiatement dans un café. Je m'arrête immédiatement dans un café. I stop immediately in a coffee shop. Et je commande poliment un thé et un croissant. And I order politely a tea and a croissant. Poliment is the adverb that gives the information on how I order my croissant and my tea. Je mange. But how do I mange? Je mange tranquillement. Je mange tranquillement et je repars calmement. Je repars calmement. I eat quietly and I leave calmly. Voilà, the lesson is finished. I hope you understood it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment below. Je vous souhaite une très très bonne journée, une très bonne semaine et je vous dis à très bientôt dans une autre vidéo. And don't forget to thumbs up if you liked my video and to subscribe also to my channel if you want.